Hello, it's me, Just Cook. Remember when I said that I only had one more map besides Lucifer to cover? I lied. I have Aphotic Arena Anew, this one, and also Shangri-La. I have a replay for Shangri-La. Originally, I was going to do a game between, who is it? I think I have it somewhere. I don't remember. I had a different game lined up, but I was so sick of looking at tier 4 games that I decided to get some higher tier COs in. So we have Maleous as Eagle, and Djus playing as Olaf. I don't think that I've taken a close look at this map. Looks like it's 3 base. There's airports. You start with a black boat. This black boat could theoretically go quite a ways in, but it's likely just going to be used to carry someone to this island, and maybe put them on top of this port. Does it really matter? I don't know. I don't think that does anything. You can carry them pretty far though, up to this river. But this is a sea. No, this is a sea, so you can move through it. I thought this was a river. You go all the way around with it, can't you? All the way to this river. This is a river. You can go quite a ways with this thing. It's interesting. I don't know how useful it is. But we'll go ahead and get started, as long as the replay viewer will let us. Yeah, they've got something in mind with these landers. Black boats. Okay, so going for this northernmost city on this central island. Djus disagrees. Djus is just going for the close city, immediately starting at cap, and obviously he is moving towards the neutral base. Maleous is not behind. It's just difference of having the FTA counter or not. So, Maleous is now on top of the arid city from Djus here. Maleous continuing to support this top part of the map. This seems aggressive. Oh, and you start with a comm tower. That's interesting. I wonder when this is like. I guess players have to. They don't have to, but players maybe ought to build a mech for this journey. Maybe not. Yeah, it looks like a mech and an infantry would do it at the same time. But I would imagine these comm towers in the corners get captured eventually. I wonder if he's going to load both of these. It's interesting that Maleous put both of the infantry on the center island like this. At this point, he could just walk this forward. This seems a little silly. I don't think that maybe he'll ferry one of them to this island. The other's going to go for the port. Getting their airports around the same time. We have mirrored tanks, it seems like. This bow shape of the map, it's really interesting. It's the way that players want to move their units too. I suppose it was natural. It was natural and inevitable that it would work like that, but it is cool. Okay, so that's, I was right in reading Maleous there. He's got a tank on the other end for Maleous. This is a mirrored play, but a big difference is that Maleous owns this city that Deej's parked in front of, so it's possible for Deej's maybe to retake this, or to take this, and it's not possible for Deej's to obtain this city down here. This is going to force a fight. Seems Deej's has had a more successful capping phase. He didn't do this weird stuff that Maleous did. Okay. So now Maleous wants to contest the center of the map. Got 2 tanks up top. There's an infantry headed for the comm tower. Aegis. This tank is going to chase the southernmost tank for Maleous down, it looks like. Got an artillery. Oh, this poor Blackboat's running out of fuel. Is it really? Yeah, you actually get pretty low on fuel before you start to show the thing. It's not like ammunition, which shows up like really, really quick. Okay, so now these 3 tanks are up at the top side of the map, and Maleous has built a battle copter, which is extra special for he's playing Eagle. I suppose that this attack is free-ish. It's not actually free, because this tank in the center of the map can come and counterattack, but this tank is here to provide a backup if needed. But Maleous is just going to play the north side. He does something annoying with his low health infantry. Big respect. A medium tank. Wow. Maleous will not have enough money to build from all of his bases. He gets 1 infantry with this medium tank. Unless he combines something, which he cannot do. Nothing's in range. I'm curious about this medium tank. I don't think that this is a bad play, even though, like, there's a few reasons why I don't think this is bad. So first off, an early medium tank, really, really scary. The map is good enough. It can move around in the center pretty well. There's roads and plains mostly. Some cities it can go through. It's really, really hard to take down with anything. besides like heavy artillery. When I say heavy, I mean like usually like 2 or 3, and like some peppering from some other stuff. But this is going to get some amount of value for sure, as long as you can move into a position. And with Maleous controlling this top area with these 3 tanks, that's really significant. And then Lucius was forced to build the anti-air, so because of the battlecopter. So that's really great. And then the other thing is that even though he didn't build from all of his bases this turn, it's easier to gain more units on a map with 3 bases like this. The incomes are pretty high. Not high enough to just freely build medium tanks, but high enough that with all of that if you needed to build something decent, like you can build like a tank and an infantry or something like that, that's totally sensible, and you would still have money left over. So this seems alright. Doesn't seem that bad to not build from all the bases, as long as you're in a situation like that. And so the B-copter comes out with the intention of trying to mess with this medium tank, and so does the artillery. The Eagle battlecopter will be superior in the air. If he gets a first strike on the other battlecopter, that's a big deal. Really curious to see how this changes this bottom area. So this artillery is only really protecting this and these 3 units. I wonder what possessed them to put it here and not on this shoal, for example. It was on this shoal. It wouldn't be protecting this. It'd be better for it to be on this shoal here, and then it would be protecting everything, I think. Everything that it needs to. But it's fine. Ouch. That's substantial. That's really substantial. And even though it doesn't really look like it, Maleous has a pretty substantial terrain advantage here. The best that he can do is hit the he can hit the tank on the shoal from plains, but then the next turn, if Maleous so chooses, he can hit the tank back with one on forest. Pretty good. Okay, so here's a medium tank. Maybe this was like a sick bait. I have no idea what's going on. Maleous has got to get out of there now. Oh, this one's trapped. He can't go anywhere. Panic. What's he gonna do? He can't get out. Even if he could get out, this one would be in danger. Because this thing is have to fire on this if he wants to escape from that area. Man, Maleous got bamboozled. He recognized he got bamboozled and he says, that's fine, I'll just fight out of it. Which is smart and correct. Tank infantry. I mentioned this build earlier, and it's really strong still. 20,000 income each turn. That's a lot. That is enough to build like SD just did a medium tank and 2 infantry. That's really substantial. This is an expensive game. Oh no! Oh my god. It just kills it. Oh my god. This medium tank is so beefy. Such a beefy boy. And this poor tank is doomed. What does Maleous have on this side of that map to stop the anti-air? Nothing. He had 3 tanks up here and they're all gone. Thanks to this bait and switch with this base producing a medium tank all of a sudden. I would have thunk that Maleous would have seen the medium tank coming on account of being a fan of medium tanks himself. A medium tank enthusiast. Okay, so Maleous just retreating from the top half, builds an artillery, realizes he's gonna have to take a defensive position up here. That's smart. He's got another artillery at the bottom. This one's gonna be more aggressive, it seems like, but and then a tank. He hasn't lost the B-copter yet. It still seems like it could be useful. This has got to move forward just a little bit. 1 space, exactly. This is a good anti-air to protect it from this speedcopter here. Okay, so he just shifts it around. That's pretty neat. And he's using the black boat as a shield as well. The second medium tank. These are so scary. If I saw a medium tank in real life, I'd poop my pants. It'd be bad. I have nightmares about medium tanks. My nightmares won't be as bad as Maleous's though, I don't think. He's gotta figure out something to do. This medium tank will come and kill him. Or rip him to shreds. He's moving this artillery over. That's the thing that he's going to do. And another artillery. Okay, so he's giving up quite a bit of space. I mean, I don't want to say he's like out of ideas, but he's in a bad way up here for sure. That's definitely true. He's losing valuable territory, literally valuable territory, these 2 properties. What did this thing shoot? Okay, just shot an infantry. He realized that he had an opportunity to stop the cap. You can stop one of those caps, you cannot stop both. A mega tank? Is this the unit that he needs and can use to save this upper part of the map? He said, look, this medium tank, that's cool and all, but what if it had a lot of guns? Okay, that's really bad for Maleous. He really cannot afford to make these sorts of trades, because this isn't really going to stop him from. This isn't really going to stop Tejas from capping this. The other thing is that they're charging their CO powers at kind of similar rates. Well, there's no way that if Tejas is guaranteed to have Winter Fury before Maleous has Lightning Strike, and all Tejas has to do is activate it the turn that Maleous would use Lightning Strike. Because then he has to wait a turn, or he has to move in Snow twice. And if he has to move in Snow twice, that sucks. That will be miserable. I mean, it's obviously better than moving in Snow one time, but it's not the way that you want to spend your Super CO power as Eagle, for sure. Okay, this looks good. This looks really solid, because he's going to get an attack with the tank onto the... Yeah, okay, so it's a similar circumstance that he was put in. It's not enough, he needs just a little bit more damage on that infantry. Okay, so it's a lot of 30 units. It's 60 damage with this Super CO power. How much did it hurt? 0.59 to 30,000 funds. He basically killed this mega tank. What? What should happened? Okay. There's a weird graphical bug going on. Okay, this is correct. Okay, so here's the attack on the medium tank from the... I thought that this would be like the big issue, but it looks like this is going to be able to survive. How far does this thing move? Okay, 2. Okay, and sure enough, this is going to be the turn that he feels compelled to use Lightning Strike. Oh man, this is so rough. Maybe he's not planning on... Yeah, he's got to wait this out. He's got to. Can't even move. Well, no, you couldn't move there anyways, but can't move this like anywhere. Doesn't want to because it's on his... Oh no, it's on a comm tower. This is HQ. Or Blue Moon HQ looks just like a comm tower. There's no sprites for the custom. There's no winter sprites for the custom HQs. Somebody, I don't know who made these sprites, but get on that. I want to see this UFO covered in snow. This feels really sad. Yeah, and he didn't, sure enough, he had to wait for the lightning strike. So he's got another turn of suffering that he's got to endure. That's some real graphical errors. Okay, so he got no money because everything that he started with got repaired. Oh gosh, he's just got no money left. He has no money. He's got to make so much. He's got to make such big plays this turn. If he can't, I don't think that he's going to be able to hit this. It's 4 movement. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, there's no way that it will be able to get there. I don't know what he's going to do with it. I guess he's just going to hit this artillery. Could be worse, but just wish that it could be better. He didn't use it. I suppose that the way that he just positioned the previous turn was super defensive because he was expecting the use of the lightning strike, and positioning in that way is just not, it's not good for him. Like, he gave up a lot of space down here. This was looking pretty bad, but now it's looking good for Maleous. And so backing off like that ended up allowing Maleous to have yet another turn of not using lightning strike. But even popping Blizzard can delay it. So if he wants to be aggressive, he could just populate his regular CO power, even though obviously Winter Fury is way better for Olaf. He just could just use Blizzard to kind of block the lightning strike. Snow is really hard to deal with. These are really close to the HQ. This should make everyone nervous. It's also not easy for the mega tank to stop. Like, he doesn't want the mega tank to come over here and stop this, and it's not easy for it to do that either. He wants to drive the mega tank into this medium tank, but there's 4 artillery, so that's rough. So these are sufficiently clumped that, well, and this is sufficiently low health that just attacking this area is not so bad. This has got to be his lightning drive turn, or lightning strike turn, because he's positioned these in positions where they can attack the same turn, so he's gonna do it. Show enough. Oh, that was cool. And this turned out really good for him down here. Oh, I didn't even see this stealth. This is going to be scary. I don't know if Maleous would be able to build a stealth to counter it. Or if, like, it feels bad building a fighter, but he's got to find the money to deal with this. Otherwise it will ruin his life. Man, this really did just clean up. Jeez, this was such a big turn. Man, this has really been a cool back and forth. I'm so happy that, like, I found all these replays that are really exciting to watch, and I get to watch them. I'm like talking about them as I see them. This is really cool. He's got Winter Fury, so he's going to use it. Oh, he's trying to It doesn't have any bullets left. It's a lot of bullets. You can just hit it with the medium tank, and it's gonna be bad. Yeah, it doesn't do any damage anymore. You don't got no bullets left. He needs an APC. Get an APC over here, stat. He can't because it's all the way back here. Now it's raining snow. Here goes the stealth. It's stealth. That's a stealth. Okay, so medium tank gets it does medium tank things, but these artillery are gonna make it pay. Oh, maybe this artillery can't make it pay. Wow, that's so much damage! This artillery can't make it pay because this artillery are dead. Unbelievable. The other thing is that Aegis' aggression has been centered around Maleous' HQ. So if Maleous starts falling behind over here, he'll just lose because of the ability to just like move, say, this infantry onto the HQ. But there's no infantry that are in range of Aegis' HQ, so he feels relatively safe. He's not playing defense. So Maleous has got to figure out something to do here. All of this snow in the world coming down. Okay, this is still not so bad. This still could be a lot worse. Even though there's like 15 HP of artillery divided among 3, it's not so good. Maleous' HQ is safe. Aegis is our severe unit disadvantage at this point. He's technically got a net worth lead. For sure. But Maleous, this is on Maleous' turn on the day. That means that Aegis will have a net worth advantage by the end of his turn, for sure. It's guaranteed. The stealth is going to start doing mean stealth things. Yeah, drive up to some valuable target and make it suffer. And this is literally... There's literally nothing that Maleous can do about this until... Okay, he does have the fighter out. He had to forsake building 2 things, but he's got a unit lead, so... It could be worse. It got supplied by the black boat. The black boat can heal it as well. This black boat's still not dead. Alright, so he's just pushing back forward, killing all the stragglers out of the southwest area. Maleous did end up capping this city that was sort of just out of place. And it puts them at even incomes. It's a big deal. Stealth retreating. Stealth's probably going to go back to the airport to get refueled. So, Maleous needs something down here to provide bulk to this force. He's got the bodies, but he needs the muscle. Yeah, this will work. He's gonna lose a lot of money from this this mega tank healing, but it's going to be worth it. This mega tank has proven that it's worth it. Olaf feels really good against Eagle because on the lightning strike turns, he basically just charges his full Super CO power. Okay, so he got supplied by the black boat. He didn't have to go all the way back to the airport, but he's still hurting for fuel. Really, I think does not have a lot of fuel. Pretty boring turn, but he's established himself on this side of the board. So this is actually an issue. This is actually a big issue. This infantry. Oh no, he's only. Oh, okay. So because he doesn't take. Yeah, the mega tank does not take ammo to shoot at infantry. Yeah, if it took ammo, I thought that it took ammo. So he doesn't have anything that can absorb shots for him. This is really smart that Maleous is able to follow this stealth around because he knows that the stealth is going to want to try to hit the mega tank. It's inching towards it. I wonder if he'll stumble upon it on accident. So he just has probably enough units down here to regain this city. Maybe not to regain this one. This is a lot of infantry that Maleous has built up over time. And he doesn't ult. Every turn, he's slowly letting his unit advantage slip away. It becomes less significant every turn. Okay, so we capped this top city. That's a big deal. That means that even if this gets retaken, that he's still even on funds. But it's really rough. It is definitely rough for Maleous since he's constantly repairing the mega tank and things of that nature. Okay, so this is just big defense. That's all this is. Huh. This has got to be dead. Yeah. Okay, so this is a really complicated situation, I feel. Maybe it's not. The really tough thing, maybe this isn't so tough. He has to kill the anti-air gun and the stealth this turn, but he can't move the mega tank until after the stealth is dead. Oh no, he's got, Okay, so yeah, he's cut it off. This the fighter, he can't fly in the snow. It's not got enough range. He just used the regular power. That's super smart. He's got a rocket up here. It's another really smart thing to do. This defensive formation failed because I don't think that Maleous saw the attack from the anti-air that was parked on the comm tower. It still ended up being a really good turn for Maleous. He's really smart. He's got this pretty well figured out. He's moved the Mega Tank mostly out of danger. This stealth can't feel good. Maybe it'll try to hit the fighter, but it's losing fuel pretty quick. The APC is behind it. Maybe it'll go back to the APC this turn. This isn't good. I don't know what Maleous is going to do about this. You can build something and attack with it that same turn because of Lightning Strike. Maybe he'll wait a turn before doing Lightning Strike again. No. If you could kill this APC, that would actually be devastating. I don't know if he'll suss that out, but... Oh, he totally did! Oh, that's so cool. And it's not in range of this rocket anymore. This rocket's gonna take a hit. He's got the stuff down here to fight all this stuff. And he can hit the... Man, this has just been so back and forth. This is so cool. Unfortunately, this this Mega Tank doesn't have any bullets left. It's completely out of bullets. This... I don't think that his stealth can survive. Maybe it can if it stays perfectly still and he just builds an APC here. I think it'll spend 5 fuel next turn. Oh no, it can't. It can't. The reason it can't survive is because you can see it. He doesn't even care. He's just gonna use it for something. It's gonna fall out of the sky next turn. Okay, so the Mega Tank is finally dealt with. This is a really good retreat from Maleous. He's able to get way more than he maybe ought to have. This thing can go back on the port for a couple turns and recover. It ought. There's a lot of infantry headed towards this White Nova base. Medium tank is throwing itself forward. Nothing is stopping this infantry from capping. Okay, so is this not? Wow, this isn't in danger. He's gonna fly this thing back though. It's gonna fall out of the sky. Maybe he doesn't care if it does or not, since stealth's gone. There's not a lot of units near this base. They're all up top, and there's nothing near Maleous' base. This is looking like he might be able to close it out pretty quick. Feels like, I don't know. This is good enough. Everything is running out of fuel. It's so funny. You never see this. What got blown up? Okay. Alright, so looks like this fighter is flying back to port. It's done a lot of work. Medium tank coming out up top. Looks like mostly he's just trying to gum up the base area so that he can go for the cap. Did not work. Did not gum it up. He's losing Boku units. Maybe this isn't so bad for Maleous though. Maleous is gonna be able to hit. He's gonna be able to get the counterattack on this out of fuel medium tank. He's gonna be able to kill this probably. No, he's just gumming. If this man is ever allowed to save up enough for another mega tank, it feels like he'll just win. This isn't going to be the turn that he starts. Maybe this will be the turn that he starts saving. This isn't going to be the turn he's going to get a mega tank because this fighter repair is going to cost him $1 bazillion. He built a mega tank or a medium tank up here with the quickness, but He's doomed himself to only purchasing infantry, otherwise. He's technically ahead in power gauge. Losing these two properties is not so good. So funny, all of his units have become this one big bulk. This is just one big line. There's a game from not so long ago, I think it was P032451 versus a true boss, where it was like really similar. I'm pretty sure that's who it was. They would just attack each other with massive blocks, moving them around. I know that's like a lot of high-level Advanced Wars gameplay, but usually the blocks are at least a little bit separated. There's not literally just one big blob of units, but this is just one big blob of units. Okay, so he's rearranging them into two blobs of units. So there's this gap feels rather important, and this fighter doesn't really feel like it's so much a part of their formation because of how far it can fly and the fact that it can't hit anything on the ground. It's a good unit for blocking, I suppose, since most ground units can't hit it. This rocket's just going to be a big deal. The other rockets ended up not being a big deal. I don't think the other rockets even got a chance to fire, but this rocket should be pretty well off, especially with the limited force down here. And yeah, Maleous is still ahead in super meter. Oh, some aggression. This is not particularly protected. Does he want to separate this? Is that what his goal is? Interesting. Okay, yeah, no, this makes sense. So this medium tank actually can't really do that much. I thought that Maleous would try to hit this medium tank with one of the ones down here, but he doesn't need to. When this fighter is on this HQ, if there's not an anti-air that's in range of it, this is impenetrable. This is a super good wall. I never thought about using fighters as walls like this, but they're very good at it. Basically necessitates that you have anti-air guns. If you don't have anti-air guns, you will not kill this fighter, or another fighter, but who's going to build that? Okay, so his blobs of units have become more distinct. This is not going to be an attack that Degis is going to make. It's just not. He's not going to let this base not produce a unit this turn. Wow, he was willing to sacrifice this for that? I mean, it's important, for sure. That hurts. He's moving this back. Interesting. He doesn't want it. I guess he doesn't feel like he can hold this, and he doesn't want Maleous to advance any further. That hurts. But, I mean, both of these artillery are in range. You can smash through this. Even if he can't hit this. He can't get through this medium tank. Oh no, the Winter Fury. It might not matter. At least not like it would. This seems a little precarious, putting just an infantry like this on there with this in range, but I don't know. Is he gonna activate? Yes. Oh cool, he gets to move the fighter back. Ah, that's so neat. It's the first time that he responded with super during snow like that. The bonus defense from the CO power and from Eagle is definitely putting a lot of work on protecting this fighter like that. But this fighter's been alive for forever now. I think he's just trying to get this rocket in range of his HQ. This means of protection. What? Was it that bad? Was it really that bad? What happened? What? What? Maybe it really was that bad. These 4 infantry, one is bound to break through. Let me see what he sees. Okay, so this kills next turn, and then this should be able to move on top of the HQ. And then this... No, because it's his turn. It's his turn. You could move these from the bottom up to the top. I don't know. Why would he resign? I mean, like 35 games is a long time. Or 35 turns is a long time. 35 days is super, super long. This is, I think, longer than any game that I've ever played. But this was super well fought, and I can't feel like Maleous was just totally out of it. Maybe the income difference felt was just too much, but he could have retaken stuff on the bottom. He wasn't... I don't know. The unit count, it's closer than it had been. 5's considerable. Keeps losing a bunch of money from the Olaf Super CO power. He just definitely like fought that one out really, really well as well. So I mean, you just hate to see this. It seems like really sudden resign to me. didn't feel like totally over. It just didn't feel good. Maybe I don't know. Just Beecopter messes him up. He just built infantry last turn. Kind of rough. It was a rough situation for sure, but still, super cool replay. Really appreciated watching it. Thanks to Maleous and Aegis. Special shoutouts to Haramaself, who composed all of the music that you're listening to, that have been listening to through this broadcast. He completely does it all on his own, all the vocals for all the music that had vocals, it was him. Haramaself also did the picture of Kathy in my scrolling banner, and the picture of Hatoyan, who is from his game that he's developed called Ultra Fight Da Kyanta 2. You can check it out, it's free on Steam. I translated it. It's a great game, great fighting game. Really easy to pick up and play. Currently, Haramaself is working on rollback netcode for it, and once that rollback netcode's released, Ultra Fight Da Kyanta 2 will be a great game to play with anyone that you know. As it stands, the netcode is totally passable for like net play within your region. It does have net play. You can play it online. It's great. Check it out, Ultra Fight Da Kyanta 2 on Steam. It's free. It's always free. Thanks for stopping by, and good luck.